Due to World 3's involvement in the N1 Grand Prix, the officials canceled the N1 finals and opened an investigation. 1 week has passed since the investigation began. It's been a week now and Yai still isn't back. Hey, you're right. We should go cheer her up. Yeah, let's go. Now that that's settled, what are we waiting for? Come on. She was at the hospital right by Beach Street, right? Yeah, I think she was at the Seaside Hospital at the far end of Beach Street. Okay, guys, let's get going. Alright, last one there's a rotten egg. Lan, just where do you think you're going? You're assigned to after-school cleaning duty today. Oh, man, I totally forgot. You can't remember anything, Lan. We'll just have to go after we finish cleaning. Yeah, I guess. Ha! I gotta get with it. Sorry, guys. Go ahead without me. I'll catch up with you later at the hospital. Ah, what a loser. Hurry up and finish. Have fun cleaning. Whew, finished at last. Great job, Lan. Come on, let's go visit Yai. Alright. And with that, hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Replay Megaman Battle Network 3. Killer plant. 3 chemical plants in Den City were covered in vines last night, completely shutting down all functions. Still no word on how the plants could have grown so fast, but it is thought that chemical waste could be the cause. Odd. In the last part, we went through the N1 Grand Prix and turned out it was all a World 3 scheme. Fantastic. No glory for us, I guess. And now it's time for us to head to the hospital, but first let's go talk to Higsby. I've started a chip ordering system at this store, huh? If you tell me the name of a chip you want, I can order it for you from my supplier, huh? What did you want to buy, huh? So at this point in the game, you can not only buy chips outright from Higsby, and he has a good selection, you can also directly order chips from him. With that said, you can only order a chip from him if you have it in your library otherwise, and any chip you order from him can only be found in a specific code. For instance, this is a very good way to get Variable Sword B, because Variable Sword, as we've seen already in this LP, is kind of absurdly busted. There are some ingredients for program advances you can either more easily get this way or only get this way, so keep in mind the chip order system if you're trying to build along certain codes for your folder. Chip order is also a pretty good way to get duplicates of high-level Navi chips. Now that you can use multiples of the same level of a Navi chip in a folder because of the mega chip limitations, but you could use them to send them into the secondary folder in the case you have one that's more tuned for boss fights and one that's more tuned for random battles, because I know that's how some people play these games. I tend to just have one folder that suits all my needs, but that's just how I play. Before we head over to the hospital, though, I want to get some stuff done here in the beach area of the internet, namely at Beach Square's net dealer. I want to buy the variable sword, and if you have this any, you might as well get Grass Stage now, just for your library. The variable sword actually does have a purpose for me, but it might look like I'm actually pissing away a lot of my Zenny. I technically am, but it doesn't hurt that much because we're actively coming up with what is overall the best way to grind Zenny in the game. It's a little unreliable, yes, but if you get it to work, it is absurd. And next up, we're over in Beach Area 1, because now that we've finished the previous plot scenario, Desert Man Alpha is waiting for us somewhere on the internet, and he's in this corner here of Beach 1. Desert Man Alpha's HP increase does make him pretty tanky, especially if you don't have any Aqua Elemental chips to freeze him in place temporarily. But as long as you're good about using chips that do multiple hits of attacks, like variable swords, like Beastman and all that, he still goes down pretty quickly. The biggest annoyance with fighting higher level Desert Man usually comes down to the antlion sand holes, because they spawn so randomly. I don't think they can spawn directly underneath you, but you still want to be on your toes. For beating this, of course, we are going to get the usual Navi chip from him, and Desert Man as a chip can be pretty easy to code with because it is decode, and there's a lot of good chips that code along with that in some form, be it the BCD or the CDE, EFG kind of deal. His chip is a little iffy to work with, though, at first, because what happens is that when you use it, Desert Man spawns where you are, and then in the panels diagonally in front of him, in the column in front of him, his fists spawn in, and then will dash across the screen as the little lion head look. Which means it can be a little awkward to aim, admittedly, at enemies, but you can manipulate the direction of the lion head's movement slightly by using a command code. If you want to move the upper lion head downward, you do down, right, and A before they get sent out, and if you want to move the lower lion head upward, it's up, right, and A. So you can hit a little more things with it. You can even hit the same enemy with it twice doing that, technically. But it's not the most reliable for that overall. A monument with the words Seaside Hospital of Life. There's something shiny in its shadow, and there's a reg up too. With that, we're now good to head on into the hospital and carry on with the plot. Looking for Yai? Go to the end of the second floor. Alright. Now that we've reached the hospital, you can use the Chip Trader Special, which takes 10 chips instead of 3, but I do believe it has a higher chance of giving you rarer chips. From memory, the way chip traders work in Battle Network 3 is they actively check what chips you have in your library versus what they can give you, and will tend to lean towards things you don't have yet, but that's not exactly always reliable anyway. 9,000 zenny there, but also here is another gambling minigame, and this is the best one in the game. Just a little gambling, huh? Okay. The minimum bet is 1,000 zenny. So this version of the minigame, which I'm once again save scumming to get right and just showing my successive attempts, you bet 1,000, and you have to choose between 1 of 4 platforms, so it's a 25% chance to get it right. I think 4 times in a row, maybe 5. But whenever you get a stage cleared, your bet gets quadrupled, which means you can get a lot of zenny from this pretty quickly. The thing is with these minigames, though, is that when you finish one outright, you get the final zenny reward as well as the chip reward, but you can't repeat it. But if you back out at the second to last stage, you can repeat it over and over again. Because of how quickly the zenny in this one in particular escalates, you can back out at the second to last stage over and over again and just grind zenny from this super quickly. Yes, it is technically luck-based, but if you're patient enough to do it, it can be really worth your efforts, because 64,000 zenny every time you back out is just super spammable. And if you want to just max out your zenny with this once, just go up until you have about 700,000, then just finish it out for the final 256k that you get for this, and you will be great. For at the least the rest of the main campaign, if you're going for 100% in the post-game, this can take a while all the same. But it's absurd. I do this basically every playthrough nowadays ever since I learned you could do this, because it is just super easy to do. And if you want to just keep it around, you don't even need to get the gut straight from this, because I think you can get gut straight H elsewhere. So you could just have a permanent zenny grinding method in this. It is absurd. Some people don't like using that because it is a little bit cheesy, admittedly, but for the purposes of how I do my LPs, this is the best thing to do for now, so I always have money at the ready. Also, we can jack into the TV over here for a free recover 120 asterisk, which I will put into my folder because that's a pretty good amount of recovery to have on call at any point in my battles. I think if you're trying to get every chip as early as you can, one of these 2 networks might have a new virus for you, but I have other things to do. But before we head upstairs, an examination room for children. The picture of the bunny with the syringe calms the kids down. There's something under the door. There you get on 1 asterisk. That does the same thing it did in the last game. That will actively crack every panel in battle when you use it. And there are some instances where that can come in handy, especially if your certain style changes or if you have a certain battle chip or Navicus program ready. But I just tend not to use it unless I absolutely have to for a program advance kind of deal. The hospital itself is comprised of 3 floors. The second floor is where you usually need to go, but there is an item here on the 3rd floor that I forget to grab for a few moments. If you want to grab it now, just check the tree right there on this particular floor and you'll find it. But we'll be back for that in a couple of minutes. So let's head downstairs and go see Yai. I have distinct memories of my original LP with this section, though, where I ended up making a lot of Doctor Who references here because that was around the time I got into that show, which is just kind of funny to look back at. Lan, I've been waiting for you. Yai's much better. Well, I'll be able to hang out again soon. Hey, Yai's the start of day, so get over there and see her. Yai, how are you feeling? I'm totally fine, but they still won't let me go home. Just in case I'm not ready. They treat me like I'm a baby. From the sound of it, you're as good as ever. We're all hoping you can come back soon. I suspect they won't detain me much longer. Well, that's good news. Hey, this room's kind of plain for you, Yai. I expected something more luxurious. It may look drab, but this is a high-tech hospital. Everything in it is run by computers. The medical treatment here is flawless. Oh, yeah, did you see the Tree of Life? The Tree of Life? She means that big tree in the center of the hospital. Yes, that one. It's run by a computer, too. It never drops leaves or withers. It's a symbol of health for patients. The tree is run by a computer? Huh, wow. Oh, this talk's making me thirsty. Lan, go buy me something to drink. You did see the vending machine in the lobby, right? What? Why do I have to buy you a drink? There's nothing wrong with you. Buy one yourself. How rude. I'm a real patient in a real hospital. You should take pity on the injured. The injured? Ah, forget it. I suppose you want tea. A girl's gotta watch her calories. Fine, I'll be right back. I guess she did technically say thirsty, didn't she? Oh well. Before we go out down there, though, we can actually jack into the bed to get some items in this particular computer. Battlework 3's typos aren't the most common overall. This is, I'd say, the last bastion of genuinely decent proofreading in the series for a little bit, because Battlework 4, is rather devoid of that, seemingly, to the point where I don't even think there's proofreaders credited in the credits of that game in specific. But right now we got a returning enemy from Battlework 2. We got some mushies. These are wood-type enemies, so they'll recover HP on the grass, and their attack is them appearing on a grass panel on your part of the field somehow and cycling spores around them. And Spice 1 is about the same thing attack-wise for you. It's not exactly the most useful. I've only seen a couple of players on YouTube, I think, over the years use it in some form that's seemingly good. But maybe I just haven't experimented around with that particular chip line enough. The tree goes out through the roof of the hospital, 3 stories high and this wide. Nature sure is magnificent. Something is caught in the branches. You can just reach it. And there's an HP memory. I remember to get it now because I forgot to get it earlier. I actually had a moment during that cutscene where I went, oh, I forgot something, right. Let's see, T. Here we go. Len got T. Now then, back to Yai's room. Hey, excuse me, have you seen a boy in a wheelchair? A boy in a wheelchair? No, I don't think so. Is something the matter with him? He's one of our hospitalized patients. Even though we told him we need to run some tests, he's gone off somewhere. I'm sure he couldn't have gone too far. Lan, this nurse could probably use a hand. Why don't we help her look for the boy? Ah, you're right. People have helped us out in the past. I'll help you find him. Where should I look? You will? Thank you. I'll search inside the hospital, so can you check the outside? Yes, ma'am. The boy's name is Mamoru. I hope we can find him soon. Mamoru? Where could you be? Well, thankfully, the outside of the hospital is much smaller than the inside. If anything, it's kind of a wonder how she didn't find him, considering he's in view of the main entrance, technically. Mamoru? Huh? Wow! Hit Battler Lan! What? You know me? I watched you on the TV in the M1 Grand Prix. I can't believe I'm talking with Net Battler Lan. Ah, come on, you're gonna make me blush. Stop blushing, Lan. Remember why we're here. Yo, wait, Megaman! You're Megaman, right? Awesome! Awesome. I'm not that spectacular. Now look who's blushing. Oh, be quiet. Mamoru, a nurse is looking for you. She said you have a test scheduled? Oh, that. Okay, I'll go back now. Before I go, though, can we talk a little longer? You don't mind, do you? No, of course not. Just promise you'll go back. Alright. So, do you like net battling too, Mamoru? I love it! Everyone is equal when net battling. It doesn't matter even if you're weak like I am. Hey, do you want to battle with me? Really? Oh, but I can't. The doctor told me no battles. Too much excitement is bad for my condition. Oh, I didn't mean to. I mean, I didn't know. Sorry about that. No, that's alright. I'd better get back now. It was great meeting you, Net Battler Lan. Thanks for talking. Please, stop calling me Net Battler Lan. Just call me Lan. Really? Lan? Thanks. If you have time, can you visit me again sometime? Sure, I'd be happy to visit you. Once you get better, let's net battle, okay? Yeah. Alright, I'll go now. He seems nice. I hope Mamoru will get better soon. Yeah. Come on, let's get back to Yai's room. Yeah, let's hope she doesn't mind the tea either cooling off a little or warming up a little. I'm actually not certain if, in the context of like Japanese vending machines, whether or not cooled off cans of tea or warm ones would be more common, considering the various types of vending machines they have over there versus here in the West, where it's usually just like, here's cold sodas and things like that. Ding ding, it's delivery. That was bad even by my standards, Jesus. What on earth took you so long? Sorry, there was something I had to take care of. Here, I bought you your tea. Thanks, I'll save this for later. It's been a while since we've all been together like this. Things just aren't the same without me, are they? That's right. Hurry up and come back to school. Actually, it's been nice and quiet without Yai around. What? Fine, I'm never coming back. See what I care. Just kidding, Yai. I want you out of here just as much as everyone. Same with you, right, Dex? Yeah. Sorry, I gotta go. You okay, Dex? That was unusually quiet for you. What's the matter with Dex? Was it something I said? I don't think so. Maybe something's wrong? Knowing Dex, he'll be his normal arrogant self again tomorrow. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm sure it's nothing too serious. Well, I should get going too. Yeah, if we stay too long, Mom will start to worry. How about you, Mail? You staying? I think I'm gonna talk with Yai a bit longer. Alright. Hurry up and get better, Yai. Don't worry about me. I'll be out in no time. In retrospect, I really appreciate how the Battle Network and Star Force games showcase friendships. Like, yeah, there's a lot of chummy chum stuff, but there always a good amount of, like, actual arguments and ribbing all the same. Like, they feel more genuine than some other RPG friendships tend to, I find. Hi, Mom. I'm home. Oh, hi there, Lan. There's a friend of yours here. He's waiting in your room. A friend? I wonder who it is. One way to find out, I guess. Let's go take a look. Oh, hey there, Tora. What's up, Lan? Sorry to just barge in like this. Tora? I haven't seen you since N1. What are you doing here? Well, I'm kind of checking out some different scenes. Where I'm from, I'm unbeatable. When I entered N1, I saw tough operators everywhere. After I lost to you, it hit me that I'm just a big fish in a small pond. I need to get out and see the ocean. Dinner's ready, Lan. Well, Tora, I take it you'll be staying? I made plenty of food, so you're welcome to join us. Well, if you put it that way, sure. Hurry down, you two. Let's talk more after we eat. Come on. After supper is finished... Wow, that was great! I wish I could eat like that every day. So, anyway, you were saying? Oh, yeah! So it hit me that there are lots of strong net battlers out there. I figured I'd travel around and study their styles. I'm sort of on a training mission. Huh. So you chose to learn from me first? Oh, no, you're my second person. Oh, so who did you study before me? That guy Chad. Chad? So did you learn anything? I went to his house, but they told me to go home. So I used my own methods to check him out. Check him out? You mean like spy on him? Exactly. I've had my eye on him ever since N1. And you know what? I found out the secret to his strength. The secret? Of Chad's strength? Yeah, I bet you want to know too, huh? I'm willing to part with that info, but first I got a favor to ask. This training mission of mine is fine and all, but I'm short on money. I'd like to earn some cash at the Scilab job BBS tomorrow. And you want me to... I'd like you to take on a few requests from me. I found some with good earning potential yesterday, but I can't do them all by myself. And someone else may take them. What? I'm not gonna work for you. Oh. Guess you don't want that secret info on Chad after all. Fine, I'll do it. Alright, it's a deal. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep. You'd think this was your house, not mine. The next morning... Huh? Where's Tora? He went to help out Mom. You know, you could learn something from him too, Lan. Do you have to nag so early? Yes, he does. Lan, you've got mail. It's from Dex. What's it say? It says, we've got to talk, come to the park. Dex was acting strange yesterday. I wonder if something's wrong. Yeah, let's go check it out. Probably a good idea. He did seem uncharacteristically quiet yesterday. No, Tora, it's okay. I don't need help. Go play with Lan. No bother at all. I do this much every day at home. And I couldn't just eat such a wonderful meal for nothing. Yeah, you're making me look bad, Tora. She's gonna expect this from me now. Hey, Dex. Hey, Dex. What's going on, calling me out here like this? You've been acting so strange since yesterday. Oh, well. Actually, it's, Yo, Lan! Hey, am I interrupting something? Oh, you! You're in the N1 too, right? That's right. The name's Tora. Come on, whip out your PET. What do you want with my PET? Get with it. There's only one way to greet a net battler. By net battling. The best way to get to know each other is to do battle. Sure, net battlers don't need words to greet each other. Alright, come on, let's mix it up. Gutsman, battle routine set. Yeehaw, execute. This greeting's gonna be a bit rough on ya. Kingman, it's time to checkmate. Whew, you almost had me. I thought I might lose. Now I see why you made it to the N1 semifinals. You might even become a rival of Lan's. Now we've had our greeting, we can be friends. Yeah. Alright, Lan, I'm gonna get over to the Scilab. Meet me there when you're finished. See ya. See ya. So, Dex, what did you want to tell me? Oh, never mind. It's nothing. Say, that guy Tora was good. I hope you two become friends. I just remembered I got something to do. I'm going back home. Suspicious. Dex isn't acting like himself. Yeah, maybe something's bothering him? He'll probably be back to normal soon enough. Let's get over to the Scilab. I mean, I guess we might as well. A shortcut? This is Tamako from the gift shop at the Ura Inn. I made a shortcut to Beach Square as a promo for my shop. The shortcut's on my homepage. Hope you enjoy it. The gate is just within my homepage from the internet. And that is easily the shortcut I probably use the most through the late game into post-game stuff. Before we head on over to Scilab, though, I do want to buy a couple of located enemies because I'm going to be getting some Navi chips along the way that we haven't gotten yet. So let's get on over there. Let's talk to Tora and see what we have to do here. I'd like you to help me with the job marked Tora next. Go take care of that one and then come back here. Thanks. So there are 4 jobs marked Tora you need to do in order to progress plot, but we also have 2 other side quests I might as well do along the way. This part of the game's always felt a little weird to me, though. Hiya. Do any of you have a male Navi that's kind, smart, handsome, and strong? You know, an all-around great Navi? I'm too busy to explain. Meet me at Beach Square ASAP. Sure. The best way to describe it is that this part of the game always felt like a weird amount of padding to the story that never really felt needed. But at the same time, as long as you know where these missions are, they are still pretty quick. It's just kind of a weird moment all the same. I think every Battle Network game has at least one of these, though, so I guess this is just kind of going by the metric, so to speak. So on our way to Beach Square, I'm going to use Tamako's shortcut, but I might as well use a Purple Mystery to unlock her there to get that Snake D, not that I'm ever going to use it. So Tamako's teleporter is right here near the exit over to Yoka 2. So the job we're here to do is activate that group of NPCs we just passed on the left, but since I have all that Zenny from the gambling minigame, I'm going to take a moment here to clear out all the shops, effectively things I don't have. Time Bomb's the same battleship it was in Battle Network 1. High damage, but on about a 3-4 second delay, so it's a little unwieldy in some regards. Barrier 200 absorbs 200 HP of damage before it fades away. Both of those I think are generally better suited for boss fights, but they have their uses. But also I can clear out the program shop as well. The only thing you really might want here, though, is fish, because that'll make it easier to run into certain water-type viruses down the line when you're doing chip grinding. There you are, my darling. I was worried about you. Huh? I think you're confusing me with... Just play along. I'm the one who asked for your help. Darling, don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy just because we're in front of friends. Everyone, listen up. This is my boyfriend, Megaman. So you're this boyfriend she was talking about. Hi. Well, I'm going to introduce my girlfriend here. Nice to meet you. Hurry up and say something. Yeah, nice to meet you. It's so nice to meet you. You're a celebrity, right? I mean, you're on TV and everything. Ah, you mean that show? What was it again? Yeah, he's not a big star yet. He's on that morning show. It's the usual select the right answer kind of deal. We're on that drama. Yeah, that's right, the drama on TV in the mornings. It's so great that even a Navi can be on TV. I'm jealous. Didn't you have something to ask Mr. Megaman too? Me? Okay, well, I heard you were really rich, Megaman. How do you know about that? That's recent. Do you really have one of those? Oh yeah, blew my mind when I heard he had one of those. Good idea. Let's ask the man himself if he has one. Ah, yes, that. Even though you have one, you hardly have time to ride it, huh? Based on the word ride, it can only be one of these things, my own Cyber Metro? Wow, so you do have one. Amazing. Let us ride it sometime too, okay? But of course. This subject is no good either. I'm in trouble. Is that enough, everyone? I know he just got here, but my darling has work to do. It's really, really too bad, but let's do this another time. Sure? My darling doesn't show it, but he's in a big hurry. Hurry, darling, or you'll lose the 100,000 zenny contract. Take this and get out of here, please. And we get Step Star to O for that, which is pretty good. Though I find this funny. I feel sorry for you, too. They know. They know all too well. Still, that's that request over nice and quickly, so let's head on back to Scilab and get on to the next one. One more, and then we're actually on to the ones you need to do for plot here. Will you deliver? Oh, my aching back. I have to deliver this here chip. But I'll be darned if I'm not too old for this. Would somebody be a darling and deliver it for me? I'm a-waiting at the bottom of the sloped street in front of the inn. Alright, sure. Some of the back and forth here can be annoying, but when you compare it to like going to Netopia, back and forth in Balnor 2, it's nowhere near as bad. Oh, my aching back. Hi there, Sonny. You came for my request? It's just like I wrote it on the job EBS. I need you to take this to the businessman in the DNN. Time Bomb Man, okay. He's a pretty impatient feller. You should hurry over and get to him quick, Sonny. In the case you didn't buy Time Bomb from the beach store, by the way, in the beach square, that will count for your library. Though we do, I believe, still need it for a program advance. You? So you came to deliver the chip. Give it to me. We're already 5 minutes behind. I'm so busy, I need a Navi to take this chip to AC/DC. Alright, so I guess we're good. But before we head back to the lady, we can actually head back up towards where Suniyama was and jack into this particular computer now. I would actually recommend waiting on doing this right now, though, because one of the jobs we need to do for Tora anyway will require us to jack into this particular computer, but you can do it now as well. And in here, there's a reg up one. There's also actually technically the second gambling minigame, because I skipped straight to the third earlier. But more importantly, there is this purple mystery data, which once we use an unlocker, contains attack +1, and hey, I'll take as many of those as I can get as long as I can fit them in. So this particular gambling minigame is 500 zennies as the base bet, and you have to pick between 3 different platforms. And for every successful gambling attempt, you get triple the amount. You can also theoretically game this one. It is technically easier to game this one than the one over in the hospital vending machine. But the hospital vending machine, especially on the final victory, gives you so much more zenny that's more worth grinding that one in my eyes anyway, even with the lower odds per round victory. Ultimately, zenny grinding in this does still get easier by endgame anyway because of certain Navicust programs, so don't worry too much about it if you don't game the system overall, especially considering I'd argue Balnor 3 has some of the most grinding you need to do, period. And we get a good Step Sword chip out of it, in the case you like that. H-code's pretty easy to work with. For now, though, let's go back and see our client. So you're giving him the chip, huh? Oh my, I went and gave you the wrong chip. Sorry, Sonny. Would you be a doll to give him this chip instead? And an invis asterisk. Knowing how impatient that man is, he may have left. I think he had business in some square somewhere. Well, he mentioned AC/DC, so we just head to AC/DC Square, and he's towards the northwestern edge. The client said the wrong chip was delivered, but my operator says it was the correct chip. What? The chip was wrong and you brought it back? Well, you'd better let me have it. It's so hard to please everyone at once. You have no idea. So now we can go back to our client once again. You were able to deliver the chip. Sorry for all the trouble. Here's something for helping me out. And we get Aqua +30. That is one of my favorite battle chips in the game because it increases every hit of an Aqua Elemental chip by 30 damage. And that can be stacked already with the other Attack Plus chips. For now, it's time to start the Tora quest with Look for Friends. I'd like someone to help me find an old friend. If you can help, come meet me at AC/DC Park. Accept this job? Sure. I'll be putting that Aqua +30 into my folder relatively shortly, but I want to get 1 or 2 other chips first just to make it a little easier to use. You're the one who accepted the job? Nice to meet you. Alright, let me explain the job to you. Like I wrote, I haven't seen my friend for 15 years. So I'm not even sure what he looks like now. But recently I heard that someone saw his Navi around. It was seen in the Yoka era. You can tell who it is because he says hey at the end of every sentence. Could you please find this nabby to help find my friend? Please, take this paper. If my friend sees it, I'm sure that he'll remember me. What's written on it? A secret. Alright. Thanks. This particular request can be a little annoying just because of how wide Yoka area can feel due to the length of some of the press pathways. But it's not too bad. In fact, there's actually the NPC we're looking for right now. They're on the pathway towards Bubble Man. So if you come in from Tamako's HP, it doesn't take that long to reach him, but if you're on a first playthrough, searching for this can take quite a while in my own experience. Mind you, a lot of RPGs have moments like this where there's just, go find this person, they're relatively in this area, and on a first playthrough there's a lot longer a search. Star Force and Battle Network have a lot of that in particular though, even compared to a lot of other RPGs in my memory. Huh? What? Hey! Who are you? You woke me up! What? You want to know about my operator, eh? My most excellent operator is a zoo veterinarian, eh? My operator does a wonderful job of curing sick animals. Flattery get you anywhere, eh? So, why do you want to know, eh? I don't know why I turned him into a character from Fargo, but I guess that's what we do here. Still, if they're a zoo veterinarian, that means they're gonna be somewhere at the Yoka Zoo. And thankfully, they are immediately within the premises as soon as you go through the main entrance. They are the scientist-looking NPC. Huh? That map! That's the map my friends and I buried when we were kids! It should match up with the other half I still have. I've waited 15 long years for somebody to dig that up. I remember the pact we made way back then. Tell my friend I'm going to go see him right away. Alright, let's go see our client. Some of these quests are thankfully pretty quick still. My friend said that he wants to see me? Thank you so much. Here, let me pay you for your help. Huh? You want me to deposit it in Tora's account? Sure, okay, I will. But you deserve something yourself for a job well done. And you get a rank up 3. So even though all the actual Zenny is going towards Tora, you do still get rewards for doing all these quests, thankfully, and I'm very glad, otherwise this would feel even more annoying than it already kind of does in my own taste. Stuntman wanted. So you think you're good? Prove it. DNN is looking for a few good stunt nabbies for Cybercore Net Rangers. For the details, come to Beach 1. This could be your big debut. Alright, Beach 1 takes a little bit to get to, but I have some other stuff I want to get done in that general direction anyway, so let's head on over there right now. Best way to reach there is still by using Tamako's homepage. That's going to be where you really do a lot of stuff in near endgame and postgame in my experience. But along the way, we are going to test out a new program advance. Because we got all those variable swords of various codes in our folder, we might as well show off the program advance if you use 3 of them in alphabetical order, which is Zeta Variable. Zeta Variable does the same thing that a lot of the other Zeta program advances do. You become invincible for 5 seconds and you can spam the ability as much as you want. Which sounds pretty good for Variable Sword given how busted it is. But, especially if you're trying to do the Elemental Sonic Boom, you're probably only going to get 2 of them in there in the time you got. Which is still powerful, and while the invincibility can come in handy, I do think it's more worth just using the 3 variable swords individually for their elemental sonic booms. Because in a lot of cases, at least, it's going to be easier to dodge than to use the invincibility anyway. For right now, though, I'm at critical HP in Beach Area 1, which I would normally heal up from, but there's a fight that will only show up here in Beach Area 1 if you're at critical HP, and that's good old Bubbleman Beta. This fight is rough because you are required to be at lower HPs to get into it. In some regards, it is easier to do more towards endgame when you are closer to the max amount of HP on top of using some programs for your Navicus to give you higher HP totals anyway. Something that theoretically makes this fight a little easier, despite how fast he or the bubbles move, is that the rock isn't there to deal with anymore, so you can hit him basically anywhere in the back row. But this is where Zeta Yo-Yo can come in handy as a program advance. As usual for the Zeta program advances, 3 of the battle chip in alphabetical order will give you invincibility for 5 seconds and be able to spam the Yo-Yo as much as you can. And given how easily Yo-Yo can stun boss fights, it's a really good one for this particular fight. So I'm here in specific for, of course, Bubbleman V3, but also Bubbleman V2. Both of those are going into my folder, I believe. And this is where I'm finally bringing Aqua plus 30 into my folder as well after we got it earlier this very part, as that means every single hit of Bubbleman will now be boosted by 30 damage. So if you use, say, like Bubbleman, Aqua plus 30, or some of the later Attack plus chips, you can do some, frankly, absurd damage with him. Also, as an instance of how long it took in recording versus editing, that took maybe, what, a minute, 2 minutes in the video? I was there for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It kept dying and the drop rate wasn't behaving properly and I was soft resetting a lot. Still, let's save because it's time to take care of our job here. Wow, I can't believe it. Megaman from the N1 Finals. Yes, I'm the one from DNN with a request for you. With you as our stuntman, we'll pull out all the stops. Okay, we're gonna do 5 battle scenes in a row. Get ready. Okay, everyone, take your places. 3, 2, 1, action! So we just have to fight 5 virus battles in a row. These are relatively easy battles for the most part, but I probably still should have healed before going in here, so if you're playing along and doing this, make sure you have a full energy around just in case. Yeah, a lot of the viruses around here aren't that dangerous in terms of their damage numbers, and if you have some recovery in your folder in some form, you're probably still going to be fine, but still, be careful. These virus fights are different in white version, and I'll talk about what they have in a moment. Wow, clap, clap, clap. You sure have a knack for this. They really did pull out all the stops. What if we'd lost? Okay, cut. Don't worry about the little details. We've got some nice footage in the can. Here's your reward. Do you want us to make the payment to this guy, Tora? I hope you won't be offended by the low pay, Megaman. Please, accept this in addition. And we get an HP memory for that. Nice work. Hope we can work with you again sometime. I would greatly prefer not to, thank you. So let's head on over and take care of our next job. Riot stopped. There's a gang of navvies spreading viruses by the TV station. They're mad because they lost at N1. I can't handle them alone, so if you can help, meet me at the station lobby. Alright, nice and quick too. So this is the job I was talking about earlier where you need to jack into a computer I jacked into earlier this time, so if you want to save time there, you can. Thanks for coming. I requested your help on the BBS. Navvies are spreading viruses all around this TV station. I think the navvies were uploaded from the jacking point. There are 3 of them. I want you to teach them all a lesson. It's embarrassing, but I was sent from Scilab to stop them. I'm outnumbered and not much use, though. Hope you can help. If you deal with all 3, I'll give you a reward. So now we gotta search out jack-in points around the station. Not all of them are in the station itself, but the first one is the computer we jacked into earlier this very video. But as for the previous job, the 5 virus fights over in white version are 2 Metar 2s, a Yort and a Metar, a Shrimpy, Metar 2 and Beetle, 2 Yorts and 2 Metar 2s, and a Fishy. And we're gonna have to deal with some other viruses in this battle as well, in over in white version. But first we got a new virus to talk about, Tough Bunnies. It's the usual shtick with version 2 for viruses, faster, do more damage, blah blah blah. I do believe they might even attack more frequently, but I'm not entirely certain about that because it might just be a factor of them actively moving faster. They do have the Zap Ring 2 battle chip if you're looking for that for your library, which I will get down the line. Before we go into this battle though, I actually remember here to actually show off what my folder's looking like, because it has changed quite a bit since even last time I believe. Rocking some meta gels, got the Flashman, Beastman, and Bubbleman duos all ready to go. Ah man, I wanted to show off to my girlfriend in the N1. But I was beaten to a pulp. Now she's gone and left me. Hey you, what, so you think it's funny? I'll wipe the stupid smile off your face. Over here in Battle Network 3 Blue, we got 2 fishies and a Momogra, which is the second version of the Momogra virus. Same deal as their predecessor, they hide in their hole invincible to most attacks, but some battle chips like the Metagels can get past their hole defense, and they will counterattack whenever you do a charge shot or certain other attacks by jumping behind you and hitting you with their shovel. So the best way to hit them is to stay in your front row and then bait them out. Over in Battle Network 3 White, this fight is a Spiky 2, a Fishy, and a 2B. I think overall White has the harder fight there because of the 2B, but Momogras for certain strategies can be kind of hard to deal with over here in Blue as well. So the next Navi is actually a computer we've seen the inside of, but haven't been inside ourselves from my memory. It's actually in the main tournament computer for the N1 on the main stage. Why they haven't deconstructed that part of the stage and even still the posters up, I don't know. I'm just gonna assume it's a TV station, so it's busy at absolutely all times. There's also a new battle chip we can get in here via a Blue Mystery data, and it's a returner from Battle Network 2, if memory serves. This is Fire Raton, which I will talk about in a moment. You jerks, how dare you end N1 like that? Do you realize how expensive front row tickets were? Start it again and finish it properly. Hey, stupid, I'm not all talk, you know. Try some of this. Over here in Battle Network 3 Blue, we have to fight a Sortie, Sortie 2, and Momogro. Over in Battle Network 3 White, this is a Sortie 2, 3, and 2B. Battle Network 3 White has the harder fight there in my eyes once again. So the third Navi we're looking for isn't actually in the station. The wording choices here could have been a little better on the hinting, but it is still connected to the station technically. But before we go actually there outright, I actually want to head back this way, because we can head back in the room we confronted Tsuneyama in, and jack into a computer in here. I think there's also an item I forget to grab by investigating something in here, a reg up somewhere. I forget the exact placement right now. Welcome to the editing computer. This place is actually set up closer to what a homepage would be set up for in some parts of the later Battle Network games, but the most important thing in here is this Jealousy J battleship and the locked mystery data. That does damage for every single battleship on the enemy side of the field that hasn't been used yet. And largely I would say that's multiplayer focused overall, and it technically is, but there are some battleships from viruses that are easier to get if you use that outright, as we showed off in the endgame of Battle Network 2. But there's also a warp out of that computer that takes us into Battle Network 3's version of the Undernet. We actually haven't been here outright yet. We will have to come here soon-ish, though. The main thing that we can do now is open up that security cube. We can't even grab the reward that was behind it yet, though, because it hasn't even spawned in yet, technically. Effectively, the Undernet in this game has security cubes that will only open if you've beaten the beta version of that NetNavi somewhere on the internet. Usually. There's one security cube, namely Beastman's, that's a little bit iffy about that, but I'll talk more about that when that comes up in specific. For now, the third Navi we're looking for is actually in Rabita's DNN truck out here in the parking lot. Technically still part of the station, but not actually within the station's building, which I always thought was a little troublesome. It took everything from me in the end. Someone will pay. I gave it my all, but was eliminated in the first round. What? Who are you? From the station, huh? You're gonna get it. Take this. Yeah, sure, going up against a semi-finalist will surely work out in your favor. For this fight, Battle Network 3 Blue needs to deal with 2 Slimers and a Momogro. Over in Battle Network 3 White, it is a Mentar 2, a Canodum 2, and a 2B. 2B is the commonality between all 3 fights over in 3 White overall. Thank you so much. Well done. You saved my neck at Scilab. It's not much, but okay, I understand. I'll transfer it. Also, one of the Navis dropped this. You can have it. And we get the Tally. That is a key item we're gonna need in order to access a certain other area down the line. Looks like a pass to somewhere. It feels evil somehow. Gee, I wonder where that could lead to. So for now, let's go accept our final of the 4 jobs for Tora. Gathering data. I'm looking for some important data I lost. I can't talk much here. Come to the teacher's lounge at AC/DC school. Alright, that's pretty close by even, so let's go do that. Heck, if it's related to the school, potentially that could be related to us, and that might be important. In specific, our client is in the back of the lounge towards where the server is. Well, hello, Lan. Are you here to get some tutoring too? Battler, but I had no idea that you would take on my job. But I'm sure I can trust you to do a fine job. The other day, a Navi that was gathering some school data vanished. It was carrying health data about the students. I can't imagine that anyone could use it for anything bad. But it is private data that shouldn't be allowed outside. I would like you to find the Navi and bring back the insurance data it had. Try searching the Scilab area. You know, just student health insurance data. Nothing can be done with that. Totally not stealing money or something from that, right? Or fraud. While we're in Scilab area, though, I might as well come over and hit up its particular net store and get all the battle chips I can from it, specifically things I was missing in my library or the last HP memory. This is another case you just need to search the area and talk to every NPC until you find the right one, but I'll just tell you outright, they're about halfway through the upper portion of Scilab 1 up here. Huh? What? Where'd all the insurance data go? What's that? A school teacher's looking for me? Oh no, I'm so sorry. I lost the teacher's data I was carrying. I'll never live it down if I lose that data. I'll find it for sure, so don't tell the teacher. Did I drop an AC/DC somewhere? Man, I can't believe this. And now we need to go check AC/DC area. In specific, AC/DC 2 is where we need to go, so Yai's house is the best jack-in point if you're trying to get as close as you can while using the real world and not just traveling all over the cyber world for this. And we need to go over back towards where we got our first style change. Ooh, pocket change. Class 5A male. Wait. I found this data on the street, but it's worthless. You want it. Well, let's see. I found it, so it is mine. But if I could get a Yo-Yo 1G, I'd give this up. I'd really like to get me a Yo-Yo 1G. This is gotten from any of the Yorts over in Beach Area 2. Well, if you put it that way, I'll trade with you. Yes, what a deal. You don't need to get any particularly higher ranks in order to get that battle chip, but I remember that annoying me a lot as a kid that I actually had to go out of my way to get that battle chip, to the point where in the original LP, I used cheat codes to get basically every chip in the game right then and there, and yeah, that's part of the reason I'm redoing this LP. Yes, that's it. I'm so glad you were able to find it. And here's your payment for your services. What? You want me to transfer it to your friend Tora? Okay, but you deserve something for yourself too. Here. And you get slow gauge asterisk. Thanks for your help. Slow gauge does what it says on the tin, slows down the rate the custom gauge fills, I think by 50%. Oh no, I lost a chip that my friend let me borrow. Lan, do you have a Sonic Wave W you could spare? If you do, would you trade it for the Select Sword P? Sure, but I don't have any in my folder, oh well. Slow gauge has occasional uses. It's really good with custom sword to guarantee you get as much damage out of it as you can, or if you're trying to slow down opponents in multiplayer battles. But for the campaign, it's not that good. Okay, Tora, I held up my end of the bargain. So out with it. What's Chad's secret? Okay, you know how Chad is world-renowned? How he's seen as a natural-born genius in net battling? Yeah, sure. Actually, it's all just an act. An act? What do you mean? 10 hours a day. 10 hours? What are you talking about? That's how much time Chad spends training each day. I thought he was so strong he didn't need to train. That's just what he wants people to believe. He's only as strong as he is, though, for one reason. He's been practicing like that every day for years. No way. Chad's that good because he's been training so hard? He's done a really remarkable job keeping it a secret. Exactly! That's the amazing thing. He's been training hard, but still he's managed to keep it hidden. He's putting in more effort than anyone. His battle intuition and customizing technique are all natural, though. Man, I've got to train more too. I can't lose to Chad. You know, if you ask me who the real geniuses are, I'd say it's guys like you, Lan. What are you talking about? I'm not that good yet. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I got a little carried away. Anyway, that's what I got on Chad. Yeah. This is for you. It's a little something in return for your help. Thanks for today, Lan. Give your mom my regards. I'll be in Den City for a while, so I'll keep in touch. Alright. Well, let's go home, Megaman. Sure. See you, Tora. So I technically got a little ahead of myself earlier this video talking about secondary folders you can customize, because folder 2 is the actual second folder you can customize. The extra folder we got and all the N1 variants you cannot customize whatsoever. By default, this folder also has the Knight, Pawn, and Rook battle chips, which are okay. They have a playstyle with defensive types, I believe, overall, but I just don't tend to use them, barring a program advance that's sort of involved with down the line. So let's go back home, save, and progress on with plot. Lan, wake up! It's morning! If we don't hurry, we'll be late. School again. It's tough being an elementary student. Just wait until high school and college. You'll probably be the last one in the class again today. Ah, shut up. Come on, we'd better hurry. Alright, let's get on over to school, I guess. How many times do I have to wake you up? Get going to school. You didn't wake us up at all. It was Megaman that did it. Don't know about y'all, but I never really had to walk to school. I was far enough that I usually had to take the buses. Lan, you're only just in time. You should wake up earlier. Now that I think about it, Dex isn't here yet either. He's probably just sick. Morning. Did you watch The Casket Kids last night? No? Too bad. It was a great episode. Good to hear, I guess. Dex sure is late. I wonder if he overslept again. Either that or he's sick. You made it just in time, Lan. You almost set a new record for being late. Besides being sick? Good morning, Lan. I forgot to study. Oh, what'll I do? Well, I'm back. You guys must have missed me. No worries, I'm back and better than ever. So why isn't Dex here to tell me how much he missed me? Miss Mari's here. Good morning, everyone. Let's begin today's class. Dex still hasn't come. Is he taking the day off? Miss Mari, do you know where Dex is? Is he coming today? Well, Dex is... Is something wrong with Dex, Miss Mari? What is it, Miss Mari? Actually, Dex asked me not to tell anyone. But from today, he'll be... Well, he will be moving to a new school. What? You're kidding. He never told us anything like that. He said getting all emotional wasn't his style. What was Dex thinking? He should have told us something this important. Lan, there may still be time. Let's get over to Dex's house. Right. Lan! Dex, that explains why he was probably acting a little weird yesterday, wasn't it? Oh, God. I've had friends move away, but they've never just surprised me with it like this. That would have hurt even more than the moves already did. The door's locked. We're too late. What were you thinking, Dex? Moving without telling us? Knucklehead. Lan. Is this it, Megaman? He's just gone. I'll never see him again? Don't say that. Of course we'll see Dex again. It won't do you any good getting all depressed. Come on, let's get back to school. Okay. Lan, what are you doing here? Dex! Why? Why were you just going to leave without telling us? What were you thinking? We're your friends, Dex! Lan, I'm sorry. I tried to tell you guys, but whenever we were together, the words just wouldn't come out. Why do you two look so glum? Now's no time to cry. Let's show Dex our gratitude. Yai, and Mail, and everyone. I'm sorry, Dex. I know I promised to be quiet. Take good care of yourself in Netopia. Don't get all emotional, Miss Mari. Let's give Dex a happy farewell. I'll use my private jet to visit you, Dex. Let's email each other, okay? Say hi to Chisao for me. We're gonna miss you, Dex. Good luck in your new school. You can leave this class in my hands. We can meet any time in the cyber world. Come back to visit us. Alright, take a good look at me, guys. Cause I'm gonna become the best net battler in all Netopia. Lan, I'll be seeing you at the next M1 Grand Prix Finals. Yeah, I'll be there. Hey, you guys! Thanks for everything. Goodbye. Adios. Dex is really gone. We didn't really get to talk much. Are you okay? Lan? Lan? Megaman? We gotta train so we won't lose to Dex. Alright. Later that day, after school. So, what do you want to do today, Megaman? I don't know. It's no fun without Dex around. Yeah, he was always free to hang out with us. Mail. It would be funny if it was from Dex. Oh, it's Mamoru, the boy from the hospital. It says, thanks for the other day, Lan. Come drop by again, okay? Alright, let's head over to the hospital. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go. I've always liked that scene. It's a good way to show, I think, especially younger players, how to handle situations like that maturely, because it's never truly goodbye in the modern internet age. It still does hurt, though, because I've been through that myself. Hey, Mamoru! Lan, you came! How are you feeling? I'm okay. So, what do you think? Nice breeze, huh? I always come here on days when I'm feeling well. Wow, you can see the horizon. I've been looking at this view since I was 3. Huh? Since you were 3? That means... Yeah, I've been hospitalized all this time. They say I have a heart condition called HBD. I've never been to school and don't have friends. Just me and the ocean. It helps me forget all my troubles. What are you talking about? You've got a friend right here. You don't have to be lonely. Lan. Thank you. Sure. Hey, Mamoru, is there a battleship you want? Huh? A battleship I want? Let's see. I'd like to get my hands on that ship everyone on Beach Street's been talking about. It's called an Iceball M, but it's extremely rare. I'd be happy if I could even get a glimpse of it. No problem. I'll go get one for you. It'll be a token of our friendship. Really? All right, promise me. Yippee! Yippee! Yeah. Help me. Mamoru, are you okay? Calm down, Mamoru. Relax your body and take deep breaths. I'm feeling a little better. Lan, hurry up and call a doctor. Quick, before he has another attack. Right. Megaman, how do you know so much? Because I've been through this before. What? You mean... Yes. HBD is what took my life as hub. Now's not the time for this, Lan. Go get a doctor. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a way to suddenly make this very personal very quickly. Nurse, we need some help. Mind you, I say that, the nurse at the front desk isn't who you need to talk to. In fact, I don't think she comments on it at all from my memory. We need to find his doctor on the 3rd floor here. Huh? What happened? What? Mamoru had an attack? My goodness, I'll be right there with the first aid kit. You go ahead and see that he's okay. Alright, sure. I don't know what an 11-year-old could do to help in this situation besides keeping him calm, but I guess any support's good in this situation. Also, we probably should have called someone nearby to make sure that nothing happened to him while we were gone, too, huh? Mamoru, hang in there. The doctor's here. Mamoru. No, another attack. You, get him into the ER. Yes. Are you Mamoru's friend? Yes. Miss, will he be okay? He's in a bit better shape right now, but if he has another attack, he could be in danger. We'd have to operate on him immediately. Operate? However, he refuses to be operated on. He refuses? Why? He's undergone surgery 3 times, but he's still sick. That's made him lose hope in treatment. But there's a new treatment that can work on HBD. If he'd only allow us to perform the surgery, there's a chance he could get better. Lan, let's try to encourage Mamoru to allow the surgery. We can't give up. He can beat HBD. You're right. I don't know the meaning of the words give up. How are we going to change Mamoru's mind, though? Let's see. I got it! That chip he wanted! The token of friendship! If you bring him an Iceball M, I'm sure he'll regain hope. Yeah, that's it. Let's go find that chip for the sake of our friendship. Hang in there, Mamoru. So, they don't really give you any good hints on where to find Iceball M. There might be an NPC that sort of hint towards where it is, but I'll just tell you outright, we need to head actually over to Hades Isle, which now that we're past the N1 scenario, you can do anytime like coming over to the boat again. DNN offers free regular trips to N1's Hades Isle. Please come on board if you wish to visit the island. The troublesome thing is, the virus we're looking for that has this chip is, as Mamoru said about the chip itself, extremely rare under normal circumstances. We're looking for the next step up from a hard head, a cold head. Which, according to Rockman.exe's own specifically, if you just try to find normally, has an encounter rate of 0.18%, which is extraordinarily rare. But this is why you get the fish program for the Navicust. Using this raises the cold head's encounter rate from 0.18% to 25%, which makes it a hell of a lot more reliable to get. I wouldn't recommend going for this battle chip in any way without getting this program. Otherwise, you're in for the long haul. It is not worth doing in that specific method. After I get that program installed, though, let's run around and find it. Cold heads themselves aren't even that much harder than actual hard heads. I think they're a little hardier in HP and they're aqua elemental, so if you have a fire type program, style change rather, you might take a little bit of extra damage that way, but because they don't move, you don't have to worry about a lot with them. On top of the fact, you don't even need to get a particularly high busting rank for Ice Ball N to drop, so you should largely be safe, largely. As for Ice Ball as a battle chip, it's the Wrecker battle chip, but instead of cracking the panel it lands on, it actively freezes it, which in certain elect type folders can be pretty good, because that means you'll inflict damage and freeze the panel the enemy's on, period, but also leave them open to double damage from elect type damage. Although I forget if hitting an enemy directly with it just freezes the panel and does damage, or does the freeze effect on the virus. I forget which game that's technically introduced in. Yeah, busting rank 6, got it, no problem. It's a pretty easy chip to get once you actually encounter the virus. But now we can go and give that to him. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching. I didn't really mention this part, but this is the belated 450 sub special. I'm going to try and get at least the rest of the campaign out as soon as I can, because the entire campaign has been recorded and edited. I just need to do the commentary in second passes on all of it, which I can hopefully get done in a blitz, but we'll see how it goes. I want to thank y'all for stopping on in tonight. Have a great night, take care, and next time on Let's Replay Mega Man Battle Network 3, here's hoping we can convince Mamoru to go through the surgery. See you guys then.